Y'all. Okay, I look. Happy Friday, first of all. Happy Friday. Let me know if this is your first time joining a live stream with me. If you're new to the channel, let me know. Let me know. We have another Diddy update. Look, I told you, I think the next year or more, it's going to be a lot of this. But I only try to come to you guys with actual important information to talk about. We will talk about some of the other stuff. And if you're a member, I'm still going to do that Jaguar Wright live stream with you guys probably over the weekend, just not tonight. Because look, we have a 2.5 hour live with Brooke Ashley and Taria Faison. If you missed it, go check it out. Also, can you hear me? I should just make sure of that first. October 4th. I just realized tomorrow's my sister's birthday. Just realized the dates. What's going on, everyone? All right, let me. All right, come on in, come on in. No, I don't want to. Don't play. Record. There we go. All right. Happy Friday, everyone. You can hear me. Thank you so much, Amaya. Being an adult is stealing my YouTube time. Oh, sorry, Jenna. Jenna, I'm about to say I haven't seen you. All right. This is your Diddy update. This is your Diddy update. Hey, Leo lady. A member for 14 months. I always love seeing how long you guys have been members for. All right. I have a lot to go over with you guys. So I'm going to start shortly. But I want to give people an opportunity to get into the live chat. But we have a lot of Diddy updates. Even Tupac's family has now hired an attorney to investigate if Diddy was connected to his passing. I have to be careful with the words that I use here. I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh, well, Jenna, at least you're working. That's amazing. She said, I don't recommend, but I love it. But you had lost your job, right? Linda, thank you so much for being a member. Your birthday is Sunday. Happy early birthday. Shout out to all the Libras. If you want a birthday shout out, CAMEO, link in bio, link in description. All right. IB says Kim Porter's passing needs to be investigated too. Albie Shore came out and said that as well. He said that as well. I mean, I think in due time, there's a lot of stuff coming out in regards to this. There's a lot of stuff coming out in regards to this. I'm just trying to figure out where I want to start first. Where do I want to start first? You know what? Let's start with R. Kelly's ex-wife, Drea Kelly. You know Drea Kelly, right? We've seen her on reality shows. She works in dance. She went viral this past year with the whole Beyonce dance that she did. Someone says Kempire SUV tonight. Kempire, yay, love it. R. Kelly's ex-wife, Drea Kelly, is writing a tell-all and apparently is going to talk about R. Kelly and Diddy's connection. I mean, this is probably long overdue in regards to Drea Kelly writing a tell-all. I'm surprised she didn't. I mean, how long has he been in prison at this particular point? You guys remind me, has it been a couple of years at this particular point? He's been convicted in 2 different states. And I think he's still facing allegations. I mean, R. Kelly was out here as long as Diddy, rampant. Just saying. Happy birthday to your daughter, Sky. So let me update you. So Andrea Kelly is her full name. She was married to R. Kelly. She has kids with R. Kelly. So Andrea Kelly announced that she's writing a book about some of the industry's secrets. All right. In the trailer, she included several images of Sean Diddy Combs and her ex-husband, R. Kelly, and indicated that she will be spilling tea about their relationship. She captioned the post, "I am a beast and a butterfly. God said it so. Says it is so." There we go. "The time has come to disrupt the deception. For years, people have spoken on my life without knowing anything about me. How crazy it is to speak on someone you never met or had a conversation with as fact. Well, the time has come to speak without fear. No more forcing a smile to get through the pain of being me. No more be nice to please an unpleasant world. My book is going to set so many free. And if you have a problem, it's not with me. Take it up with God. This is his will, and it is so. That was Drea Kelly. Let me see if I can play the trailer for you guys. Yeah. So there's a lot of footage of R. Kelly and Diddy in the trailer.
Fame costs. And right here's where you start paying for it in sweat. A famous quote from the hit show Fame by Debbie Allen. But I'd like to say, fame costs. And right here's where you start paying for it in blood, sweat, and tears. I did. Literally. Everybody wants to be on the red carpet, but nobody wants to know what's under the red carpet. On the red carpet is such a facade. It's the lights, cameras, everybody knows your name. Opulence, diamonds, and the popping of champagne. But under the red carpet is pain, trauma, abuse, deceit, lies, and it might even cost you your life.
It's called Under the Red Carpet. Under the Red Carpet. Okay. I mean, very dramatic. Look, very dramatic. But will we be reading it together? Should this be the first book that we add to the Kempire book club? And it's authored by Dr. Andrea Kelly. Did she get her doctorate like legitimately, or was it an honorary degree? I mean, she has a story to tell. I mean, people have made her out to be a villain as well in regards to this R. Kelly stuff. So, and she's been behind the scenes, and I'm sure people have spoken to her too and admitted, and I'm sure victims have reached out to her as well. So you said a doctor and what? I don't know, y'all. I'm reporting the news, okay? I'm just pointing out the fact it's under Dr. Andrea in quotes, Kelly. Didn't R. Kelly's daughter recently come out and allude to him also being inappropriate with her? I know I read that last week, I think it was. So apparently she feels free enough to speak her truth, and in this trailer that she dropped, she connected Diddy to the situation. Maybe. I mean, look, all these people ran in the same circles. R. Kelly was speaking from jail, saying that the feds were just coming after him. After Diddy. He was defending Diddy, so then there's that. Was Diddy defending you when you were in jail? I don't remember. Maybe he did. Or maybe he put money on his books. I don't know. Maybe he was helping R. Kelly on the low. So it said, if you're reading, I'm buying. I mean, I'll read it. Look, I'll read it. Thank you guys so much. All right, so I wanted to get that out of the way. So Andrea Kelly, R. Kelly's ex-wife, is now writing or about to release a book, a tell-all, in regards to her relationship with R. Kelly, her relationship in the business, and apparently a relationship between R. Kelly and Diddy. And you recall this week we reported to you that 120 victims are suing Diddy, and 25 of those 120 victims are accusers that claim that they were minors at the time that Diddy harmed them. Okay, so I wanted to give you that little bit of an update. Drea's doctorate is illegitimate as Tawanda's. Come on, Candace, I thought you were going to give us some real information. Thank you for the super chat, Candace. I really thought Candace was going to give us, like, no, I looked it up. Her doctorate is legitimate. And it might be. I don't know. I just wanted to point it out to you guys. And look, when they give me my honorary degree, you will have to call me Dr. Kempire. And you will not make fun of me because of it. Dagnabbit. Okay. I have more updates in regards to the Diddy of it all. But I want to take a little sidebar. For those that have been following this Diddy story, And then we've been talking about the Jaguar rights. We were talking about the Gene deal. I'm not going to reiterate or play the audio or video of what Gene Deal just said about Usher and alleged abuse. But you may recall where I said to you, a lot of these folks have some information. There's some truth, but I feel like some of them are now sort of clout chasing off of it because they're making money from it. And it's okay to make money from telling your story. However, I also felt like some people that had ill intentions, may have been putting a little sauce on a situation, but now everyone is calling Gene Deal out for telling the story of someone that might have been abused. And that is what he's receiving a lot of backlash now, because he's claiming, I'm not going to tell you what he's claiming, but he's claiming this story about Usher when Usher was just a kid. And everyone's saying, this is not your story to tell, Gene. So he's receiving a lot of backlash right now in regards to this new interview that he did, talking about something that he knew in regards to Usher's abuse. Okay. Look, okay. Let me turn off my notifications because it's going off while I'm live. Okay. So he's receiving a lot of backlash in regards to the Diddy of it all. And this is what I've said to you guys before. I feel like some people are taking advantage of the hype around this. And I get it, especially if you have a story to tell. J Artist says, my first super chat to you, Kempire, from Hampton, Virginia. Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate it. You guys can also support just by liking the video. We have almost 1,400 of you. This is a YouTube exclusive. We've been doing this very informal, impromptu lives here on YouTube. And when there's so much, and I had such a busy day, and if you were here earlier, we had a 2.5 hour live just catching you up on all housewives stuff, because we talk about a variety of stuff here. I was like, I don't have time to sit down and edit a video and piece all this information together for you in one video. So we're gonna do it here live. So we had the backlash happening to Gene Deal. We will be doing a separate members only live to talk about the Jaguar Wright Piers Morgan interview. I probably will do that tomorrow. That's my goal for tomorrow. So stay tuned. Shout out to the members. Become a member today at teamkempire.com/join. All right. Donna Tien says, I'm on time but late. Sorry. Why are you sorry? It's okay. You can always rewind to hear what we already discussed, but we haven't discussed a lot yet. So we already talked about R. Kelly's ex-wife doing a book. We talked about Gene Deal and the backlash that he's receiving for telling Usher's abuse story, allegedly. But we have an update in regards to Diddy's case. All right. And we're going to get to that in just a second. But we have to talk about Tupac. So for years, people have said they felt as if Diddy has something to do with Tupac's passing. And as you know, with that case getting reignited and a lot more attention again, now Billboard is writing that Tupac Shakur's family hires team to investigate potential link to Diddy. That's serious. So the family is taking the allegations that Diddy may have been involved very seriously. He's not been charged, but the family apparently is taking this very seriously. So Billboard writes this: the family of the late Tupac Shakur has hired New York attorney Alex Spiro to investigate an alleged link between the rapper's death and Sean Diddy Combs. Billboard can confirm. Shakur was 20. Oh, damn, I didn't realize he was so young. Shakur was 25 years old when he was powed and killed while driving in Las Vegas in September of 1996. The legendary rapper ultimately succumbed to his injuries 6 days later on September 13th, 1996. Former gang member Dwayne Keefe D. Davis was arrested in September of, oh wow, it's been a year since he was arrested? In September of 2023 and charged with one count of, with a deadly weapon in connection to the attack. Davis, whose trial begins in March of 2025, has previously claimed that Combs offered him $1 million to take out Shakur. Since then, the alleged connection between the two has appeared in pop culture, most recently in Eminem's 2024 collaboration with JID, Fuel, in which he raps Notorious B.I.G.'s death was the domino effects of Tupac's murder, like facial tissue, whose clock should I clean next? Puffs, till he's in police handcuffs. Guilty, will he step up? Back in 2008, Diddy denied any connection to Tupac's attack. The story is a lie, the hip-hop mogul said in a statement following a report from the Los Angeles Times, reporting that Diddy's associates were responsible for the incident. It is beyond ridiculous and completely false. I mean, he kind of said the same thing about the things that we've seen on video, but okay. Neither the late Notorious B.I.G. nor I had any knowledge of any attack before, during, or after it happened. I am shocked that the Los Angeles Times would be irresponsible to publish such a baseless and completely untrue story. At this particular point, Diddy has no credibility. Once one of the most powerful and influential figures in music, Combs was indicted, as you know, by federal prosecutors last month on multiple charges that allege he was a figurehead of a massive criminal operation for decades, aimed at satisfying his need for sexual gratification. To date, 12 victims have filed civil SA cases against Combs over the past decade, and as you know, Tony Busby is representing 120 potential victims that will be filing separate lawsuits as well. Okay? Lord. So apparently Tupac's family has hired a team to investigate the potential link in his death with Sean Diddy Combs. I mean, people have been saying it. Keefe D said it. He said that he was offered $1 million to do it. So that's the update in regards to that. Let's talk about Diddy's case, though. This is very important details. First of all, our friends over at E! Online report this in regards to the judge that was supposed to be overseeing Diddy's case. As Sean Diddy Combs awaits trial for racketeering, conspiracy, trafficking, transportation of you-know-what, a new judge has been reassigned to his case. Sean Diddy Combs will be facing a new judge in his upcoming federal trial, the rapper's case in which he's pled not guilty to charges of racketeering, etc., was reassigned to Judge Arun Subramanian, on October 3rd, according to court documents obtained by E! News. The judge that's replacing Andrew L. Carter Jr., who said in September 18th hearing that Combs' case would be reallocated to another judge if he was unable to accommodate a trial date per people. The change in judge means that Combs will have another chance to seek bail. Remember, we were talking about this the other day. So that's important detail. So now this new judge will receive the information. And remember, Diddy has since hired additional attorneys to help him seek bail for a third time. He was denied twice. Someone almost says the fact that the judge changed is giving paid someone off. Some people will say that, however, they're saying could be schedule, could also be a conflict of interest, could be a variety of different reasons. What they're saying and reporting right now is that he said back in September 18th at Combs' hearing that it would probably be reallocated to another judge if he was unable to accommodate a trial date. We don't even have a trial date. So what does that mean? Or maybe he's getting threats. People are weird, y'all. There are fans that will probably threaten these folks once they have their information. All right, so there's a new judge. Thank you, Judge Evie Court. Hey, I will be handling the diddler. Great commentary, new sub. Not you will be. Thank you first of all for the super chat, and I love the name. And not you be handling it. Okay. The change in judges means that Combs will have another chance to seek bail, which was previously denied by Carter and the case's first judge, U.S. Magistrate Judge Robin Tarnowski. Both judges agreed with prosecutors that the Bad Boy Records mogul should remain in jail until his trial. Combs has been in custody since September 16th. It hasn't even been a month, y'all. when he was arrested in a New York City hotel lobby. We did a separate video on that. We showed you the video footage and we provided commentary. So if you missed that, you can Google Schmoogle Kempire Diddy arrested. In a federal indictment, prosecutors accused him of coercing women into participating in sexual performances, which he allegedly dubbed freak-offs, also with male commercial S workers. He's currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn in the same unit as a disgraced cryptocurrency entrepreneur, Sam Bankman-Fried, sources told NBC News. He was also placed on a live watch, but I heard he's been taken off. A common practice, they say, not indicative of mental state for high-profile individuals upon admittance to a federal facility. As Combs remains behind bars, his legal team maintains his innocence. Please reserve your judgment until you have all the facts. His attorney, because some people were saying that Mark Aganafilo, if I pronounced that correctly, was fired. He is a part of the team. They've added new attorneys. Told reporters after Combs was denied bail. They said these are the acts of an innocent man with nothing to hide, and he looks forward to clearing his name in court. Confirming that Combs is receiving treatment and therapy for things that he needs treatment and therapy for, the lawyer added of his client. Probably like withdrawal therapy. Like if he was hooked on these, pink powder and stuff like that, he definitely was going through withdrawal. Allegedly, they confiscated that pink powder stuff in his hotel room. Thank you so much for the super chat. They say, I used an inflation calculator, and $1 million off Tupac in 1996 is worth $2 million in 2024. Shaking my head to take a young life, so much talent. He was 20-something years old. 25? I mean, I knew it at the time, but when you think back on it, like, damn. Like, when you're at your big age, you're like, oh, damn, so young. What's pink powder? Please Google Schmoogle it, because we're on YouTube. I can't say all the things. I apologize. But it's not legal. I'll tell you that much. Exactly. You guys know there's a variety of street names for this particular thing. They were all under 25. Biggie, Tupac, Anna. Yeah, they're all young. And yes, I know there's speculation on who did it. We'll talk about that when we do our Jaguar Wright members only live. Become a member today, TheKempire.com/join. So right now, what they're saying, the judge has stepped aside, and his judge has been reassigned to this new judge. So the new judge, as I mentioned before, is Arun Subramanian. There we go. I apologize, Judge Subramanian. I apologize. Okay. All right. So the judge, that's one of the updates I have for you guys today. That's just one. So in regards to his case, so the judge has stepped down. It's been reassigned to this new judge. Okay. The other update that we have for you, and shout out to Megan Kuniff, who is a hip hop journalist. I mean, she's a journalist by trade, but she's covered a lot of stuff, including the Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion case. So, of course, we can always rely on her to provide us with the court documents. And she says prosecutors and lawyers for Sean Diddy Combs have agreed on a protective order regarding case discovery that specifies sealed material will not be posted online, including any social media sites such as Facebook or Twitter. What about Threads? I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry. So this is what the disclosure actually says. Disclosure material shall not be disclosed by the defendant or defense counsel, including any successor counsel of the defense other than that is set forth herein, and shall be used by the defense solely for purposes of defending against the charges in the above captioned case, including but not limited to preparation for trial and any sentencing, appeal, or collateral attack which was commenced within a year of exhaustion of the defendant's appellate rights involving the charges in the above captioned case. The defense shall not post any disclosure material that is not publicly available on the docket in the above caption case on any internet site or network site, including any social media site such as Facebook or Twitter. Even the court still calls it Twitter. Elon. Even the court still calls it Twitter. To which, I mean, whoever wrote this up is who calls it Twitter still. To which persons other than the parties here to have access and shall not disclose any disclosure material to the media. Let me see what else she posted here. Please note the government, this is Megan Kuniv. Oh no, she's quoting the government. She says, please note that the government has redacted a limited portion of the publicly filed proposed protective order. The redacted portion describes with particularity discovery material that implicates a victim's privacy interests. Which goes back to why Gene Deal is receiving a lot of backlash. I don't think the feds want a spectacle behind, victims that are going to be named in this case. So I feel like this is going to be something protecting the victims from having any of this information out there, and also probably also protecting some of the high profile individuals that might be named and implicated. So in a lot of ways, and probably some of these high profile people we all know, and potentially could be just detrimental to, not just, we have to think, and I always say this, that Diddy did not just have power within entertainment, he had power in order to do what he was doing for so long in all kinds of areas like politics, law enforcement, the government. So if any of those people are implicated, we have to protect against our foreign, against foreign interests and things like that. Please understand, including in all those CEOs that stepped down, some of those folks were international. So we have to think about outside. I know Diddy is not a politician, but if he has information that could, expose us to international threats. So this could be part of why they want to keep some of this information from spreading on social media. So that is the other update in regards to Sean Diddy Combs' case. There is a protective order. I'll just remind you guys what Megan said. Prosecutors and lawyers from Sean Diddy Combs have agreed on a protective order regarding any case discovery that specifies sealed material will not be posted online, including any social media site such as Facebook or Twitter. Ivy says it's bigger than Puff. He's a little fish. Can you imagine? You know what, Rachel, get out of here. Rachel, get out of here. Sometimes I see y'all comments and I'm like, what? I hope not. Oh God, I hope not. But yeah. So that is the other update in regards to this Diddy case. Let me just make sure I covered all of the elements. Oh, I didn't. There's one more. There's one more part of this situation. So, last week we reported to you on Thalia Graves, who had a press conference with Gloria Allred, okay? In her lawsuit against Diddy, she claims that she was AR'd and essayed by Diddy, but also his head of security. So now the head of security did an interview saying, I don't know this woman. I've never met this woman. Let me give you an update. So I told you there's so much Diddy stuff. I couldn't do just one video covering it. I had to come live and give you a Diddy update. So Diddy's former bodyguard, Joseph Big Joe Sherman, vehemently denies allegations that he AR'd a woman who filed a lawsuit claiming the two men participated in the crime together. Big Joe, on Tuesday, October 1st, how am I just seeing this? NBC4 New York sat down with Sherman, who wants to clear his name after being accused in a new lawsuit of SAing Thalia Graves. She claims that Sherman, along with Diddy, AR'd her back in 2001. Sherman tells NBC he never met Graves in his life. He says, I'm not questioning her integrity. I'm questioning her claims against me, Sherman said at a 44-second mark of the interview. He says, I wasn't the head of security. You've got the wrong man. I've never seen you. I never did anything negative with you. I've never been in the same room with you. Not only wasn't I there, I wasn't even in New York. I mean, if he could prove that. Sherman claims his employment with Bad Boy Entertainment ended prior to the alleged incident in 2001. He went on to show Instagram DMs where he claims, in which he claims came from Graves. One message informs Sherman that he will be a witness in the Diddy lawsuit. She will leave him out of it. Graves and whoever she was in cahoots with were orchestrating a money grab for me to be in part of that money grab, he added. On September 24th, Graves filed a lawsuit against Diddy and Sherman, which accused them of all kinds of things. You've heard the allegations. I'm not going to repeat them here, but she says this happened in 2001, that they SA'd her and R'd her. Sorry. And sharing the footage afterwards. So that was the other thing, that she recently had discovered that this footage was being shopped around. Okay. Along with his criminal case, as you know, Diddy has been sued 12 times in the last year. Over 100 more suits could be on the horizon after Texas attorney Tony Busby announced earlier this week that he has 120 people ready to sue Diddy. He said that's going to happen within the next 30 days. Thank you, Julie, for the super chat. Julie's always spending up her husband's money, as she loves to say. She says, we'll now be part of the replay crew. Thanks for continuing to keep us up to date. I think names will get leaked. Have a great night, everyone. You too, Julie. Thank you so much. I think so. Unfortunately, I hope not, because, again, I feel like this protective order is really for the victims. And this is why some of the folks that were behind the scenes or worked with Diddy leaking information about, yes, public figures, but if they really were abused, how are you protecting them? Did you really even care about them? That was something else that I was talking about yesterday when Jaguar Wright called into the Star Report on YouTube, and things went left in their conversation, and she immediately jumped to say about Buck Wild that she had a video of him and a minor. And I'm thinking to myself, well, are you really thinking about the victims, or are you holding on to information like Diddy did, just to hold over someone's head when you don't like something that they've said? So this is why I keep saying to you guys, I tell you my true feelings on some of this stuff, because you've been asking me about people that have been speaking out. I always say, like, what is your true intention? Is your true intention for the victims, or is this a money grab for you? And I said, there's nothing wrong with you making money off telling your story, but what is your true intention? And now we're starting to see some of this blow up in people's face because their intention wasn't true and genuine. Wait a second, hold on. Tyler says, Kemp, sidebar, have you heard T.G. Jake's love-making album from the 90s? Very cringe. He has an album from the 90s? I don't want to know. Or maybe I do want to know, but just for, research purposes. Okay. So one of the folks involved in Diddy's recent civil lawsuit, is claiming that he doesn't even know this woman, claims that she DM'd him about some sort of money grab. So that might hurt her case if he can provide these DMs. It's pretty bad. So Joseph Big Joe Sherman vehemently denies being involved in the alleged essay of Thalia Graves. I don't know, y'all. We're going to continue to follow this story. I wanted to give you guys a full update. Now I'll answer your questions in regards to any of what we just covered. I think I covered everything that I wanted to cover. We talked about R. Kelly's ex-wife writing a tell-all book. We talked about Gene Deal getting backlash for bringing up this Usher abuse story. We brought up Tupac Shakur's family has hired a team to investigate a potential link to Diddy and Tupac's death. We also gave you an update in regards to Diddy's case right now. There's a change in judges, and also they've added this protective order that was agreed upon on both sides, that none of the information that is considered sealed material will not be posted online. And we also found that the court still calls X Twitter like we do. Nandy, I always find that interesting. Jag is a Taurus. Most Taurians can keep a secret. So one to talk, they they've been hurt. Oh, when they've been hurt, all bets are off, and no one's suing Jag for slander, defamation either. That she can prove her words. Here's the thing, though. We talked a little bit about that, and once we have another attorney, when Stephanie comes back, we'll talk about that. But Miss Esquire weighed in on that. She's like, well, that's not necessarily a reason to believe 100% Jag. And like I said before, I'm not saying that Jaguar Wright is 100% wrong and she's lying. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that I feel like there's truth, but then I feel like some of it, there's some sauce put on it. But everyone loves to come out and say, oh, she's never been sued. Well, there's a variety of reasons. What are they suing for? Is it worth suing? Because sometimes when you sue, you put a light on it. If Beyonce sues Jaguar Wright, that becomes the bigger story. Look what Cardi B and Tasha K. That put a huge spotlight on Tasha K, which has opened the door for people to know who Tasha K is. So sometimes they don't do that for that purpose. But also, if you sue someone, then it opens you up to discovery. And some people, although they may not be involved in what we're talking about, they might be involved in something else they don't want revealed. Just saying. Mr. Melon Magic. Miss Melon, you've been with us all day. Thank you for being here. I don't believe her, especially since she was throwing her child's ashes at people. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I think a lot of people haven't probably gone down the rabbit hole of everything in regards to her story. There's definitely some other things, and it doesn't mean that she can't be right and there will be other things going on with her mentally. Just saying. But I also think money sometimes can motivate and blind people to what they're doing. Like now we're seeing with Gene Deal, he's getting backlash because now all of a sudden he's telling this story about Usher's abuse, and everyone's like, you've gone too far. After people have picked him up and like, yes, Gene, tell us the story. Now that he's telling y'all stories, you're like, oh, you've gone too far. Tyler says Sacred Love Songs released in '99 with Marvin Sapp, Tamar Braxton. Sure, not Tamar's all in the mix. Why does he have an R&B album out on TD Jakes? Oh, come on now. We're not gonna call anyone names, chat. We don't do that over here. Y'all know better. Alma says Gene wants to be a celebrity. He's not the only one, though. He's not the only one. That's why I said please be mindful of people's intentions. Ever since Jaguar Wright said that Megan Thee Stallion was a man, I have problems. See, that's the thing. There are things that make me like, okay, that people lose credibility for me. Well, that's true too. Miss Nana says, if you lost a child, you probably have a mental breakdown. I mean, I understand. My mother lost a child. Momi says, people only want to hear stories about people that they don't care about. Melanie says, you think Usher's guilty? I think victim, but also high. I think he was, if these stories are true, I think he was a victim. But we do know that sometimes victims perpetuate what was done to them. Because then we talk about the Justin Bieber. We did a members only live talking about Justin Bieber with the reading that Sloan Bella did. So if you missed that, we did a whole just listening to it and reacting to the Sloan Bella not prediction but reading on his birth chart. We're gonna do more of that. We're probably going to, our next one will be listening to the Jaguar Wright interview. So stay tuned for that. We're gonna do that. That will be a members only live stream. So become a member today at teamkempire.com/join. For those of you that are already members, Team Kempire members or Royal Court members, you'll have access to yesterday's stream until Monday. If you're a senior royal, you'll have forever access. Rachel says Diddler's birth chart. Femtaro and I did Diddy's, not his birth chart, but we did a reading on him, which we did talk about his birth chart. We've done a couple of readings on Diddy. Roman, again, guys, this is Q&A time. So if you have questions, feel free to share your questions. So let me answer some questions. Roman says, do you think they're going to try and take Naomi Campbell down next? Her name keeps coming up with close connections to these people. Well, I feel like we just did a collaboration with Stephanie, the attorney, talking about her charity stuff and how she's been banned from doing charitable work in the UK. And I was like, is there a connection? I mean, it might not be. It might just be the energy of 2024. Everyone's just getting exposed for bad behavior because she was accused of using charitable funds on cigarettes, hotels, and spas. I did see Aphrodite's reading on Kim Porter recently. It was very on point. It was very on point. Exactly. Jaguar Wright is going to jail because she didn't show up for court the other day. Really? Miss Cruzen says it's not right for anyone else to speak for a victim. Famous victims are probably going through hell with, and that's why with the Sloan Bella reading with Justin Bieber, we talked about that and how she said we should pray for him because everyone is speculating on Justin Bieber. We know Justin Bieber, we know, and that's, can you imagine if you're a victim and everybody, the entire world is speculating on what you went through? Like that could be triggering for him. So I do feel for him. I feel for all the victims because all of this conversation, Cassie as well, all this conversation about, oh, it could be this, or this was what happened, and people making memes and jokes about it. There's that. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about the Ray J video. So Ray J was going off on Jaguar Wright. Was he cussing in it? Can someone just confirm? Because I don't want to play it if he was cussing. Because Ray J, tread lightly, Ray J. Tread lightly, Ray J. And I keep telling Ray J to tread lightly. Because, sir, not innocent, allegedly. Where was it? I saw it on... Where did I see that? I saw it on one of these pages. Yes, he was cussing, so I can't play it. But he was going off on Jaguar Wright. I forgot what page. Was it on the Shade Room? Shout out to all the blogs. I know not everyone loves the blogs, but some of these blogs they keep you informed better than some of these other media outlets. Oh, sidebar. You know, we talked about the veneer doctor getting, well, the doctor getting arrested for not being licensed. You want an update on that? Well, according to the Shade Room, they're not playing down in Fulton County. The news outlet reports that the county's magistrate judge denied bond for the man charged with making millions, by performing cosmetic dental procedures without a license. Reports state that Brandon Dillard, aka Atlanta's top veneer specialist, had his first appearance hearing from inside the Fulton County Jail. During the appearance, Judge Holly Hughes denied Dillard's bond. She said she believed that there was a danger he would continue to perform the procedures if he was released on bond. I'm sorry. They're fearful that he's gonna keep doing it. Well, he made millions, y'all. He made millions. RJB says, Kempire, what are your thoughts about Chris Brown, not the people defending him and saying he was set up? People are saying he was set up? I will say this, just to give you a full story. Apparently, he sold out an arena this week. In less than 24 hours, almost 100,000 tickets. So despite the ID channel working on a documentary with a new accuser about his history of violence, Team Breezy is still going to get those tickets. I don't know if he was set up, because the evidence is there, but yeah. Just saying. Did someone say, come on, Mr. Magnetic, not save Diddy, he's innocent. Did you not see, I mean, the Cassie video in that hotel hallway alone should put him in prison. Okay, that alone. So he's not innocent. And look, for years, people have talked about Diddy's behavior. For years. All right, so I gave you that update. I don't know if I want to, y'all said that Ray J was cussing. Ray J, tread lightly. You need to have a low profile. Ray J really should have a low profile right now. Because he's now talking, because there was, that was the other thing. There's old footage of Ray J on the phone with Raz B. You know Raz B and the allegations Raz B had against Chris Stokes and others. He mentions in that video footage on a phone call with Ray J calling him, telling him not to talk about those things, that Jay-Z and Diddy reached out to him So he was implicating them then. Have y'all not seen that? Yeah, that's old footage from when Raz B was on the phone with Ray J, and this was after Raz B was making those allegations against Chris Stokes. Do you think Chris Stokes is next? Chris Stokes is still out here making millions of dollars. Marcus Houston allegedly married that, at the time, people alleged that she was a minor, but now she's of legal age and now they're married. She's still quite younger than you. Marcus Houston is my age, I think. Right? Bernadette says, you're right. That video alone is definitely prison time. Ray J, tread lightly. Because it sounds like you're implicated. Allegedly. Ray J is obsessed with the spotlight. Anytime he can get some moment, he will take it. That's why Brandy probably ain't talking to him, because, you know, Brandy ain't like that. Ivy says Chris Stokes' time will come. I thought his time was going to come a long time ago. But you think that this will open this up? Do you think that Chris Stokes was involved with Diddy? I mean, if Ray J's telling that Diddy and Jay-Z told him to reach out to Raz B to settle the situation. Raz B, East says, Raz B has been saying the same thing for 20 years. He never adds sauce on it. Exactly. And he was a victim. He was a victim. And they try to make Raz B seem like they're crazy. Yes, Superhead, aka Corinne Steffens, is actually releasing it for the anniversary of Confessions of a Video Vixen. She's releasing new chapters. She did an interview recently talking about how she was gifted by a big music executive to Diddy, but she says she was not a victim. Christy, yes, Christy, welcome to the channel. Christy says, wait, I've always known Kempire as a pop culture news reporter, but he's into spirituality and tarot cards too. Where does he do this? We talk, like, I'm on other people's channels talking about it. When I'm on TikTok, sometimes I pull tarot cards. I might do a members only live here and us pull cards. I'm not an expert in it, please understand. But I do pull cards every once in a while. Chris Stokes and Marcus Houston need to be put away too. I mean, I think it's a matter of time. I think this is just, Diddy being exposed is going to open a can of worms. Yes, Mocha, that's what people have said. She was gifted to Diddy by Irv Gotti and Ja Rule. And I saw another story where they were mentioning Ja Rule. Was Irv Gotti also mentioned? I can't remember. There's just so much Diddy stuff coming out every single day. Every single day. And just when I think, oh yeah, today we won't talk about Diddy, we'll talk about Just Housewives or something like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I have like a list of stuff to update you guys on. Okay, more questions, guys, and then I'm going to get off of here at 10 o'clock on the dot, because I was about to sing an Usher song, but nope. Acuna says, you hear about the 3 elementary middle-aged charter schools Diddy co-opened with the weirdo principal who is still running it. Yeah, didn't he part ways? Diddy parted ways with the school? So I didn't know about the weirdo principal, though. Children, I like, it's sick. And every time we do a live on Diddy, someone asks the same question: where's Fonzo's Bentley? Married with children and minding his business. Minding his business. And the thing is too, if he comes out and speaks out, some of y'all are going to shame him right back to being into obscurity. Has anyone heard from Claudia Jordan? No. What is Claudia doing now for work? Ever since Foxhole canceled TGIF. Shavant says, do you think he will get bail? Based off the legal experts that I've spoken to, no. If he does, we should be very worried. Chanel's Reality says, Kempire, are you in your kitchen? If so, is that a refrigerator? It looks like the one in Yolanda from... Imagine? No, my refrigerator is in front of me. I have a white refrigerator, but it's different. It's cabinetry. One day I'll have the Yolanda. No, do I want the Yolanda refrigerator? I don't know. Hayes says he can't come out because someone claiming that he was doing blood. Ooh. Well, Sloan Bella says that's what he's doing. Claudia Jordan spoken out in response to. I did see that she threatened Jaguar Wright with a lawsuit. Did she ever file one? Did she ever file one? Well, probably she didn't file one because she didn't lost her good paying job. Okay, so she was like, "Nah, I can't have time for this." She's like, "I don't have time for this." Diddy's charter school was awful to those children. He kicked out the low performing kids. Parents complained about the school. Damn. It also makes you wonder, Diddy getting involved with a school? Like, that's a little suspicious. Very suspicious that Ashton Kutcher was involved in S trafficking, an organization to help protect people from S trafficking, and then he's writing letters for Danny Masterson. Look. No one has filed a lawsuit against Jaguar yet. I wonder why. We talked about that. We talked about that. Rewind the tape. There could be legitimate reasons why they haven't done it. Who let their 9-year-old along with the diddler? A lot of these parents. Look at R. Kelly and the young people that were around him. He got away with that for years. Maybe the organization was covered for Ashton. That's what people speculate in regards to Ashton's organization. Ashton, though, we reported yesterday in a separate story that Ashton Kutcher, allegedly, according to sources, is not being investigated by the feds. Miss Cruiser says Jaguar don't have no money to get. Now she does, though. She's making a coin right now. Mocha says I was being sarcastic, not a question. I know. Kempire After Dark LA show. Don't forget, guys, who's in LA? Who's coming to my Los Angeles show? The Kempire After Dark live experience, for those that are new here, is a mix. It's a lot of fun in Kiki. We will talk about the Diddler, but we will also talk about pop culture news outside of the Diddler, even though it'll be hard. We'll be talking about reality television. It's going to be, I haven't done the show in a while, so this is going to be a hell of a show. So if you're on the West Coast, make sure that you are there. It'll be at the Bourbon Room. We'll post a link in the chat if we can. I forgot to post it in the description. Judy, I know you'll be there. Bree says, when are you coming to Florida? Well, Florida will sponsor my trip. That's what we need. That's what we need. I would love to come to Florida, but it's just not that easy, y'all. Our London folks are still waiting on me to confirm our London date. Me too. Look, me too. It's a lot of work, y'all. And you see all the work that I'm doing right now with this. Oh, that's a great question. Kempire, who are you hoping to win Big Brother? At this particular point, even though I don't like really any of them, Chelsea. Because I feel like she actually was a good player, has won. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. Okay, I'll say it. She won the recent HOH. So I'm looking forward to, I think she should win. She's gonna be in the top 3 now. I like Chelsea as a player. As a person throughout the season, I haven't loved her, but as a player, she's been good. Kempire, why do you believe Diddy's judge was changed? The previous judge stated that they would stay unless the trial date conflicts. He doesn't have a trial date yet, right? So why change the judge? We asked that same question. Some people believe that there may have been a conflict of interest, which sometimes does happen, or maybe the judge has been receiving threats and they were like, this is not worth it for me. So the conflict of interest is like, I have a family and I don't want to be involved in this. I can see that happening. Rachel says likely scheduling. It could be. Maybe they're on an already trial that's coming up, and that's why they don't want to do it. It's not always something salacious like, oh, he's been bought off or whatever it may be. It could be literally just scheduling. Conflict of interest from his wife is what they say. I did see something like that, but I haven't seen an actual media outlet report that, so that's the only reason why I haven't said it. That's why I said just conflict of interest, so who knows. Yes, I have been covering the John Amos story. John Amos' son's not telling the rest of the family about the death was crazy. And now we think that there's going to be a big battle over the the estate. El Michelle, she's like, there's 2,000 people in here and less than 700 likes. Guys, can we just get to 700 likes, please? And thank. I mean, we should be able to get to 1,000 likes. Can we get to 1,000 likes, y'all? Liking is very easy. I won't know that you like the video. It's just supportive of what we do here. I'm here on a Friday night when I could be out on a hot date. I could be out on a hot date. Okay, more questions. Just a couple more questions and I'm gonna get off of here because I did say I was getting off at 10 o'clock. Because I have some work to do still. See? This is what I end up doing. Kempire, did you ever meet Diddy or wanted to interview him before all of this? That's a good question. I've never met Diddy and I never wanted to interview him. Probably because of what we've heard from over the years. I think his spirit was just not, he was never on my list of people that I wanted to interview. Patricia says, I wish we could like more than once. Like on TikTok, I know. Unfortunately not. But thank you so much, guys, for 700 and something likes. Can we get to 800? We're almost at 800. Thank you, Chantel. She says, thank you for having some of the cleanest content. I appreciate that you don't talk like crazy. I try not to. We had a good time, though. The Brooke Ashley and Taria Faison were here earlier, recapping some of everything in regards to Real Housewives. If you enjoy content like that, be sure to check out that live. Tyler says, I miss Wendy. Wendy Williams, you met, yes, I've met Wendy Williams. I met Wendy Williams when she was promoting her book, and she had a book signing at Barnes & Noble. Then I went to, either it was the first season or the 6-week sneak peek. I can't remember. I can't remember which one I went to, but it was like the early years of the show. Have you interviewed Wendy? No. I don't think I was really interested in interviewing Wendy. Not for any bad reasons. Just like, certain people like, no. Kempire, check out Jaguar not showing up to court. She threatened a police officer and missed court. Someone mentioned that, Terrell. Someone also mentioned that in here. Maybe I'll talk more about that when we do our Jaguar Right Members Only Live. Mr. Mellow Magic says, have you ever hooked up with a celeb? I don't think so. Let me think. I don't think so. I think I would remember that, right? They probably weren't that big of a celebrity. Kempire, have you followed the rug story on TikTok where they dug up a suspicious rug that was thought to hid human remains, but apparently no, Wanda. I never saw that. Thank you so much for 800 likes, guys. Can we get to a 900? We're so close. And we have like almost 2,000 people in here. Is there a housewife you would like to interview? No. Because that's the thing. If I wanted to interview some of these housewives, I could. So there really isn't anyone that I want to interview that I haven't had access to interview. Even the ones that have blocked me. I'm not really interested in housewives like that. Now you were with 50 Cent. Nah, 50 Cent. Ew. Look, ew. Do you think housewives are over? I think after they're pushing out like 8 housewives cities in one 3-month period, it might be. I thought about Nene, but I don't think Nene would be fun to interview for me, to be honest, because I don't know if she would be honest. Thank you so much for the super chat. How much do you think Diddy's going to get? Oh, how much time do you think he's going to get? I mean, he is at least, what did it say, 15 years? At least. Hey, Kempire, I'm watching your live and another time. Renita, why? That's not too much sound? Someone said life. Well, racketeering conspiracy has a sentence of life. However, at least 15 years. I've never met Andy Cohen. I've been in like the same room as Andy Cohen, but I've never like officially met him. And I think it might be awkward if we met now. Diddy's getting a mistrial and walking. Really? I've met Cynthia Bailey. You're right, Theo. Cynthia Bailey would be fun to interview. I like Cynthia Bailey. Do I really want to interview her? Would I die if I didn't interview her? Not really. But I did meet her. She was nice. Wanda says, check out the rug story. Very intriguing and entertaining. Just be aware that you'll be hooked on it. It was also on the news. Really? How are you guys mistrialing the case already? I have met Carlos. I mean, I've interviewed Carlos on my radio show years ago. So, hold on. Ivy says I'd say 20 years if Puffy sings like Fantasia. Shut up. That's hilarious. Oh, I have seen the Mr. Prada story where he off the therapist that allegedly um, abused him. I did see that. They just arrested him. Samara says the SDNY doesn't get mistrials. Young Thug. Oh, now the Young Thugs situation might end up in a mistrial. Someone asked me to interview regular Robin. I don't think she would do it. I mean, she does have a good sense of humor, so maybe. But I wouldn't. I'm not interested. Hey, Anita. You see, I'm yawning. It's time for me to get off of here. Exactly. Christian says, don't underestimate U.S. Attorney Damian Williams. Are there any spiritual leaders that you want to interview? Ooh, Pastor Holy Whore? I'm sorry. I'm kidding. Any spiritual leaders that I would like to interview? Actually, I would. Let me think. Oh, damn, I can't think of the names. Not TD Jakes, nope. That's not who we're talking about. Because spiritual leaders, I really was thinking that at first, but I was like, no. Spiritual leader could be even outside of that. Thank you, Sharon, for the super chat. Sharon says, I've talked to Giselle Bryant. She looked right through me. Yeah, I met Giselle at BravoCon, my first time going to BravoCon 2023. She wasn't rude. She wasn't great either. She was like, do you guys talk about me? It was like very weird. It was like very weird energy, but she is a Virgo. Who would you rather interview, Latasha Scott or Giselle Bryant? Well, I've already interviewed Latasha Scott. And it was actually a good interview. I really did like Latasha back then. I did. I really did like her. So, but I didn't know what was going down behind the scenes. You should interview. I wouldn't mind interviewing Mia Thornton. I think she'd probably be funny because she lies about everything. I love Garcelle. I mean, she's a legend. I don't even consider her like a housewife. I mean, she is, but I would interview Rihanna. I like Rihanna. I like her vibe. She seems like so well adjusted despite being a hugely famous person. What about interviewing Portia? I actually interviewed Portia back in the day when she was on Housewives. You can still find it. You have to look up Portia Stewart, though. She was still Portia Stewart. Oh, thank you for asking. Whatever happened to your Pilates sessions? Well, it all worked out because some of you said, why didn't the regional manager or a regional manager told me this, or former one told me this in a comment. I'm surprised that the manager didn't offer you a guest pass so you can complete your Pilates sessions, because they were making such a big deal about like, oh, you still have Pilates sessions, but I had to cancel I didn't want to keep paying for Equinox. So they ended up extending my giving me a guest pass, but I only had to use it for one day, which was today. So thank you for asking. So it all worked out in the end, but of course I had to give them a big stink about it in order for it to happen. So I would never go back to Equinox. I'm so surprised that it took this long to get a Luther Vandross anything. He deserves more. Kev, have you ever run into Lil' Kim in New York City? No, because Lil' Kim lives in New Jersey. But, I mean, she's always here. Would you interview Krishan Rock? No. I love Pilates, too. But I can get it cheaper anywhere else in New York. Tiffany Pollard. I was invited to the House of Villains premiere party this week here in New York, but I had other plans. Hanging out with real friends, not industry folk. Will we see Luther Vandross and his man? I have no idea. Christian says, I love these lives. It feels like FaceTime. I never thought about that. What about interviewing Phaedra? Ooh, yes. No, because I feel like Phaedra is just never real. All of her interviews that I see, they're not interesting to me. They feel just so fake and phony. So no. Nobody want to interview phony Faye Faye. Interview Marlo? No. That's another fake one. Thank you, Isaiah. I wonder if Lil' Kim is letting her child get plastic surgery. I wish she knew how pretty she was. Oh, I don't know about that. Exactly. Phaedra's going to lie and be evasive. I don't have time for that. Thank you, guys. Thank you for all the compliments. How about Brooke Valentine? Why would I interview her? Sorry, Brooke. I love the Girl Fight song too, but that's, Aubrey O'Day. I've interviewed Ebony K. Williams before. Congratulations to Ebony. She has a new baby girl. I like Ebony. I just didn't like Ebony on Housewives. Oh, Brooke Bailey, you mean? No, I don't really watch Basketball Wives anymore. I would interview Tia Mowry and call her out on her backpedaling on the Tamara stuff. I actually like Tia. Did Ebony adopt? No, Ebony carried this child. She was pregnant. It was good. I mean, they're not paying, but I remember trying this. I forgot where I was. And I said, I think I was in Japan. And I said, these are good. I saw a recent Aubrey O'Day interview, and she was on some faux spiritual milk. I just find it so interesting how people give her so much grace, but they didn't give Dawn Richard any grace when she filed her lawsuit. But we know what that was. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Nana. I appreciate the support. I do watch Love is Blind, and I talk about it normally. Did the new season start? Because if it did, I'm getting off of here ASAP. I'm getting off of here ASAP. I know some people wanted me to interview Kevin Surratt Sr., Tracy Braxton's husband. And I was open to doing it, but I felt like he needed a bigger platform, like a television show. Rita, we did talk about Drea Kelly and her tell-all book that she's working on. You can rewind and see. Oh, they uploaded 6 episodes already? I know what I'm watching this weekend. Thank you, Patricia. Patricia said, I just paused to watch you. I appreciate it, guys. I really do appreciate you taking time out to being here. Interview Jackie Christie? Not really. You know who followed me recently, speaking of Basketball Wives? Evelyn Lozada. I thought that was interesting. Miss Nana, welcome to the Royal Court membership. Racism, colorism, obvious with how Diddy victims are being treated. Also gender bias. Yeah, clearly. I thought that was so random. Bonjour, Janelle. The new season of Love is Blind is out now. I've been watching it. I'm reminding you it's 10:11. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you, Janelle. I'm going to get off of here at 10:15. 10:15. So I'm going to take 1 or 2 more questions, and then I'm getting off of here. But if you're watching the replay of this, be sure to like the video. Be sure to get tickets to the Kempire After Dark live experience in LA on November 20th. I'll be at the Bourbon Room. Go get your tickets today. Let's sell out this show so people know that you want to come see me live. And especially if you want me to come to other cities, y'all better show out in LA. Oh, Morgan says, Evelyn blocked me, so F her. Can we get to 1,000 likes too, guys? We're so close. I'm not getting off here until we get to 1,000 likes. That doesn't mean you not to like. Come on, like the video. We watch you whether you have guests or not. Thank you, Christian. Thank you. I know I really haven't interviewed a lot of people, and that's been intentional. I haven't interviewed a lot of folks just because I'm not really interested. I spent years interviewing people and the logistics of getting to interview people. And I've always said, if you're going to have a platform, and God forbid you don't have guests on the show, are you entertaining without guess. Not a lot of people are. Ebony already had her baby. Ebony K. Williams already had her baby. What about Law Roach? The black couples on Love is Blind are great. Oh, really? Because there's a record number. I interviewed Carlos before. I could interview Carlos now if I really wanted to. I'm not really interested, though. Star bigged me up on last night. The Star Report. I didn't know that. Would you interview Jason Lee? I did interview. This is how you know I've been in this game for a long time. I interviewed Jason Lee before there was Hollywood Unlocked, before he built what he's built. Go check. He's actually a Facebook friend. That I don't really know him like that. Like I haven't talked to him in years, but I've interviewed him years ago. Can you interview Love is Blind folks? I mean, I could if it's a really good season. Shana Tova, happy Rosh Hashanah. There we go. I forgot. Thank you for reminding me. You know I have like what is it? 0.1 Ashkenazi or something like that. I did my 23andMe. It's on my mother's side. Yes, they are gifting us black on Love is Blind because they've been called out. They've been called out. Okay, guys, we're so close to 1,000 likes. We're so close. Oh, I forgot about that, Samaya. Somebody says, thoughts on the 23andMe executives resigning, probably running away with my information and DNA. Luckily, I don't get caught up in all of that stuff because I feel like at the end of the day, I'll figure it out in the next lifetime. Oh, I know, El Michelle. I just was so far behind. I did start Love Island US. I kind of wish I started with you guys, but I did watch Love Island UK the last season. I did watch that. Yes, Kempire, those are good. I got them from 5 and below. These. Interview Ramona. Really? Thank you so much, Victoria. Excuse me, y'all. I forgot I didn't put water over here. Do I have water in this thing? We're almost at 1,000 likes. Once we get to 1,000 likes, I'm getting off of here. Yes, Queen's Court is coming back. I did see the promo for it. I'm excited for it because I did like season 1. K. Michelle is going to be on season 2 with Lisa Ray. Who else was on there that I saw? Try the power berries from Trader Joe. You know, every time I go to Trader Joe, I mean, I never go in. I don't like a lot of people around me. And Trader Joe's is always crowded. So that's the only thing. I did also get this one, the blueberries. I feel like this is better than getting milk chocolate. Like the dark chocolate is supposed to be better for you. And I got a little fruit in it. I know, everyone thinks that my ceiling, no, it's concrete. My ceilings are concrete. Corey says, interview Carlos. I already did. Do I need to do it again? Would you interview the Brat? Not really. I don't know. It's something about, there's certain people's energy that I just feel like I don't know. But the thing is, sometimes when you interview people, who you thought they would be end up being different. But I'm not interested. I don't review RuPaul's Drag Race. I never even watched a full episode. I probably would love it because I love reality competition. The blueberries your favorite, Patricia? I haven't tried it yet. And I like blueberries. Yeah, season 1 of Queen's Court was really good. I mean, Tamar might disagree. Naomi Osaka, really? I really don't do sports stuff though. Gotta go to Trader Joe's when they first open it on a weekday, otherwise it's traffic jam. Yeah, but that means I gotta get up early and do it. And look, I end up working late at night. I've interviewed JoJo, and I loved interviewing JoJo. She's so down to earth. She's here in New York on Broadway. I need to go see her. She was. I remember interviewing her. She was going. She did. It was a phone interview, and JoJo was. I think she went to go get her hair done. So she was like outside the hair salon on the phone with me interviewing. So that was fun. Laverne Cox has some Diddy info. JoJo Siwa, no. No, not JoJo Siwa, the original JoJo. Yes, and JoJo has a new book out. But like I said, I haven't really reached out to interview anybody. I'm like, I don't want to interview Mariah. I don't think it would be fun. And I love Mariah, but I just don't think it'd be fun. Monique who? Oh, thank you, Kay. JoJo's last performance on Broadway is October 13th, I think. So now's the time to go if you haven't. Thank you for telling me. Jesse Williams? I don't want to interview him, but... Did you see Whoopi's going to be in Annie at Madison Square Garden for a short time? No, I didn't know that. I saw Whoopi when she brought back her one-woman show on Broadway. I went to go see it by myself. I loved it. Amazing talent. That's a private interview. Exactly. Jackie, do you think I'm Al, how you doing, Reynolds? Do I look like Al Reynolds? I know, that's someone to ask. Heather Thomas, who worked with, who was on Real Housewives of New York, but she also worked with Diddy years ago. Someone asked a really funny question in the chat. Jessie Woo is funny. I like Jessie Woo. She cracks me up. And she can sing. Oh, I would interview Kelly Rowland. But I wanted to interview, when I interview Kelly Rowland, I want it to be when I'm on my daytime talk show. Kelly Rowland is sort of like Rosie O'Donnell's crush on Tom Cruise. You remember that if you ever watched the Rosie O'Donnell show? That's where I want Kelly to come on. And she's gonna have a beautiful dressing room. Oh, she'll be Miss Hannigan on December 11th to January 5th. I want to see that. I love Whoopi. I like Dua Lipa. I don't know if I want to interview her, but I like her. I like her. All right, y'all. I think it's time for me to go. I like Regina King. I love Regina King. I love Wanda Sykes. Wanda Sykes is always fun. I can't interview Justin Bieber, not knowing what I know. I mean, I did mean Dula Peep, as Wendy would say. As Wendy would say, Dula Peep. Zendaya. I know. Apparently, the computers haven't learned that Kempire is a real word. Okay? Thank you guys so much for 1,000 likes. If you're watching the replay of this, be sure to like the video. Get your tickets for the Kempire After Dark live experience coming to LA on November 20th at the Bourbon Room. I am so grateful that all of you spent some time with me. Yes, we covered all the Diddy of it all in the beginning, and then we answered some of your questions at the end. So we will do more of this. I probably won't do any over the weekend just for members. I probably will, but we'll get back to all the Diddy updates come next week. I'm gonna try and relax a little bit this weekend. I still be working on some stuff, but other than that, relaxing. I hope you guys will relax too. Yes, Rita, we did a members only live talking about Sloan Bella's reading on Justin Bieber. So if you missed that, you can check it out there. Become a member today, guys. TeamKempire.com/join. And if it's your birthday, anniversary, and you want a special message for me, book me on Cameo. All that information is available in the description along with our merch. Shout out to our King's Guards. Shout out to our channel members. Shout out to our subscribers. And shout out to our new subscribers. And shout out to those of you watching in the bushes. That is greatly appreciated as well because you're still watching. I know, Janelle, I told you to log off. You're such a tourist. So stubborn. I know. I am. But I'm logging off now because I'm tired. All right. Human design too. What's human design? See, look, they sucking me back in. They're sucking me back in. What's human design? I'm gonna get out of here soon. What is human design? Oh, it's a Netflix show. Thank you. Okay, now I can go to bed. I'm gonna go take a shower and go to bed. All right, y'all. Have a good night, y'all. Bye.